All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, we got a big fight going on. FLA1, the inaugural installment going on February the 8th. We've got a co-main event bantamweight tilt. Adam Burke MacDougall taking on Big Cat Jesse Arnett. And I've got Jesse on the show. How's it going, man?
Hey Dylan, how are you, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great. Always a pleasure talking to you, and I imagine you're really excited ahead of this fight. You had some circumstance beyond your control with a couple bouts being canceled for excessive force as well as TKO. How does it feel to be getting ready to compete? You must be maybe a little bit antsy, like super excited.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for sure to get back in there. Like, I grew up wrestling, and we got to compete every weekend, it seems. So, with the fight game, if one fight falls out, two fights fall out, well, then all of a sudden you're only fighting once a year. And so it's just, I'm happy to get back in there. Nova Scotia, true. I've never been there. I've never been that far east. I'm excited to get out there, and I'm excited for the matchup.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that 'cause primarily you're fighting in Alberta and obviously Quebec and whatnot, but you're going to a new part of Canada here. How stoked are you to be doing that? Are you looking to make this a regular thing if this becomes a series of shows, some trips out to Nova Scotia?
For sure. I would love to compete out east as long as I can. Right now, it was timing and circumstances, like you mentioned. XFFC had fallen out, as well as TKO, and now I seen that FLA had a show, and there was a new show for some reason, and I wasn't sure about it. So I know Kent Peters on the East Coast. I reached out to him. He reached out to the owner of the company. They reached out to me, and then after a couple of days, we made things work. I was actually trying to fight Adam on Unified. Sonny was trying to pull that together last minute, and it didn't happen. So I've had this Adam kid on my radar here for half a year, I think, because I knew he signed for TKO back last year as well.
Yeah, having him on your radar and everything, I'm sure you're privy to the fact he's got that 100% finishing rate across 5 wins, 4-fight win streak. Seems like he's got like a pretty nuanced game in the sense he has striking and submission-based finishes. What are your thoughts on his overall skill set?
I think he's good. I think he's well. We're gonna find out February 8th. If he can beat me, then he's good. Styles make fights. I'm well rounded. I think his kicks are better than his punches. I think he's going to be really strong when you get him in a body lock or get a hold of him. Definitely at the beginning, spazzy and strong. I just got to watch that front switch kick. I'm southpaw too. My left hand can come down the middle all night. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I mentioned, been training for half a year. I'm just excited to get in there. I feel this is the best version of me. I feel I will mix everything up the best. The punches, the takedowns, the ground and pound, the kicks. Wherever the fight goes, I will be prepared as always.
And to the point of preparation, I know you have a history at Beaumont Boxing Club, Tilt MMA, and I was also noticing recently you were working with Noah Ali and Dirty Dave Pogson there. Who else are you working with ahead of this fight?
Louis Grover, Jake Peacock, my boy Johnson, everybody at Beaumont, my friends at Tilt MMA, my friends at Avalanca. It's a team effort here in Calgary as always.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was noticing Fight League Atlantic talking about how this is the biggest pro bantamweight fight in Canada in 2020. And yeah, I definitely share that sentiment. But like we're talking about how you want to get maybe some more regular fights going. Do you have an ideal strength of schedule you would like to have in the year?
I do. I should be going February 8th, March 13th, and then May 8th.
I'm liking those dates, man. Yeah, no, I'm liking those dates, man.
You know what? Everything can turn around if I can get a 3-fight win streak. Imagine having a 3-fight win streak by May. I can't complain about last year. Last year was the first year in my whole career since 2011 that I went winless. First year since 2011 I went winless. That's unacceptable. I've been sitting on 15 wins for almost 2 years now this May. I should have 22 wins by now, even if I am fighting on these regional seasons. So it's nice to be able to get active, not get held up in a contract, and I'm excited for the East Coast. Tristan Connolly told me they're crazy out there. They're crazy fans, and they do a good show on the East Coast.
Yeah, for sure, man. And speaking of crazy fans, it seems like there's a decent amount of those in pro wrestling. And I noticed you went to a WWE show in September with Michael Short. How was that whole experience?
Yeah. It was all right. They're all athletes now. It's crazy, and like even the women are like fucking stripper athletes. Like, so they're all. It's intense. It's fun. I had a good time. Mike and I enjoy wrestling, and we enjoy good entertainment.
And I'm also curious if you've been able to check AEW, because from what I recall, you likened yourself to being the DDP of MMA at one point. Like, what have you been checking out? All Elite?
I heard a little bit about it. My roommate talks about it because he's still into wrestling. I see it on Twitter here and there, but I know I don't follow it. I can't sit down and watch a wrestling match anymore because it's just like, I like the high spot when it's slow and shit. It's like, I don't know. I did too much MMA over the years, I guess.
No, I totally get that for sure, man. And kind of just like wrapping things up, being mindful of the time and all. I'm kind of curious how like the season has been for some snow plowing work. Are you still doing that a fair bit?
Oh yeah, we're killing it. We're halfway through the season. Shit's good, man. It's gonna be cold here. It's actually gonna be minus 20, minus 25, minus 30, minus 35 all week here in Calgary. Tomorrow it starts. It's gonna be like 5-7 days of like really nasty weather.
Yeah, that sounds about right for this time of year, unfortunately. But you've been good with your time. Is there anything you want to kind of add as a parting thought as we're wrapping up, though, man?
I'm just excited to get back in there and compete. I'm thankful for you, Dylan, always giving me the time and the platform. I'm thankful to everybody here in Calgary that supports me, my family, my coaches, my team, and I'm just excited to compete. I'm so thankful at my age that I'm still able to get in there and have fun.
And this fight's going to be a lot of fun. FLA 1, it goes on February the 8th, co-main event bantamweight bout. Adam Burke MacDougall taking on Jesse Big Cat Arnett. Appreciate all the time and insights as usual, man. The feeling's mutual with getting to talk and all. And best of luck with the rest of the preparations. Have a good rest of your day, too.
Let's go. Awesome, brother. Thank you for everything. And let's chat like February 10th, fucking when I'm back in the win column.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'm down.
Much love, Dylan. Have a great day.